letter to Matt Hoover. I don't know how long ago. Um, I think it was December 19th, from what I can see here. And it got returned back. I, I messaged with Matt. It's funny, we go in fits and starts. So there's a system called Core Links, and basically it's like email, but of course all of your messages get read. So whatever. I'm not saying anything spicy. The So Matt and I, it's like we'll go like a couple of messages a day, a couple of messages a week, and then drop off for like a couple of weeks and then pick it back up. So uh, I don't know if I'm a bad person for not messaging Matt every day. G23, good morning, good morning. It's still morning, yes. So, but before I put this up, just let people trickle in here. So this is a letter I sent to Matt Hoover. The first physical letter ever. I believe I sent it December 19th, and it just got back to me a couple of days ago. I've been waiting to make this video. Excuse me, just been busy around the house here, and I got the hiccups. Sorry about that. So, yeah, Matt Hoover. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, Definition knives. So while we're waiting for people to come in, Definition knives for your finest EDC cutlery. This is the co-pilot. Money can't buy one of these because they don't exist. They're on a slow boat from China right now. Eric Stockbridge, how's it going, man? So the new packaging is in. So go over to either definitionknives.com or go take a look at the Definition Knives IG. Johnny Three Bar Man, thank you. Hey, what's up? The haven't fondled it with my dirty, filthy hands yet. But it's funny, when I was leaving New York, I literally drove by them. They were reported in Jamaica, New York, as I drove through Jamaica, New York. So I probably drove by the crate with the new boxes for Definition Knives. It really sexy, good looking boxes. There's something I want to tell you guys. Thank you, John. There is something, it's funny with product launches and stuff like that and announcements. It's not about a product launch, but there's like good news with Definition Knives. So I'm like, please let it happen. Like there's a deal coming. Let's just say that. And I might be leading in the wrong direction, so don't read too much in it. But I don't want to talk too much more about it. For Chatter on the Wire, what's up, man? What's up? So as far as Definition knives goes, we've got the version 2.0 of the boxes coming in. The story, I don't know if we've ever told the story behind version 1.0 of the boxes, but all of this, and I don't mean to. Dark is doing all the legwork on this. Let me just, he is doing all of the heavy lifting as far as the legwork goes. There are, if people are saying like, hey man, you're getting knives made in China and just shipped out. Yeah, I mean, if you elevator pitch it, yes. The true story is, we're designing the knives. They're getting made there. But the level of difficulty of an English speaker, and whether it's just the translation or cultural or all of the above, or I don't know what, it at any point, and literally Dark spent 6 months doing all of, finding the right people, the connections, the manufacturer, all of that. It was 6 months worth of work. And it's still literally the boxes that we have now were 6 months worth of work also. Once we found the people. And this could sound funny to you. Literally, the boxes are not Chinese cardboard because there was no quality Chinese cardboard. The cardboard came from Taiwan to make the box. It's a pretty remarkable story. Working for a global company, I hated the China branch. Dude, we could talk. We could talk about ish. So anyhow, I was doing the 886 blackout build, and I was talking to Matt about it, and he's like, "Oh, send me pictures." So I wasn't really gonna go to like Genevieve's or whatever, or what are these corner CVS type places and print pictures. But I'm pretty sure I just printed black and white on my LaserJet. I don't know if you can read it. Yeah, here it says pick of guns. What else does it say? Oh, okay. So, that's my chicken scratch under here, writing it to Matt Hoover. So they just returned to sender and counted on people reading my chicken scratch address here. So I'm opening it for the first time. It may be a nothing burger. Okay, so there is, I'll get to this. Let me show you what I sent first. So I sent photos, so it's one page, 2 pages, 3 pages, and then so this is the website. Um, if you go to flyingRich.com, you click all the right buttons somewhere, and you can see. Yeah, so this is just the build page for the firearm. So I printed that out and sent it to Matt. So now I got a letter here. I haven't read it yet. So it says to Richard Hughes from FCI Thompson. That's where Matt is in Illinois. So it says material rejected and returned. Your correspondence has been examined. Your enclosed stamps or stamped items that cannot be given to the inmate. Okay. So hold on. So it says other specify. And it says specific material returned. 7 one-sided pages per institutional supplement. Blah. Only 5 one-side pages. Oh, okay. So it wasn't the pictures of guns. It was that it was 5, more than 5 are allowed per envelope. I mean, yeah. So hold on, let me show this to you. Okay, no new messages. So it says, oh, am I doxing myself? Yes, I'm doxing Rich. So the check marks here. So it says other specify and other specify below, and below, let me just, how do I show you? It actually says, 7 one-sided pages per institutional supplement law, only 5 one-sided. I have no idea why they do it that way, but they did. So too many choices. What's up, man? I originally thought from the envelope here it said pick of guns that it was bad, but it's that there were 7 pages and they only allow 5. It's anyhow. It's I don't know if this is government, not government, pseudo government, but throw out 2 pages. So a letter I mailed I believe in December. Let's see, can I peel this? I'll use my Definition Knives Copilot to see if I can peel this off. Yeah, it's not going good. To see the original cancellation date, but I can see right here it says like 19 December, West Palm Beach. So that's West Palm Beach, and that's 19 December cancellation. So the poor biatches got more than 5 pages and had a tantrum. I don't know if it's a production rate issue that they can't have, more than 5 pages, but whatever. So I'll have to send Matt a message. You guys are hearing it first here. Let's see what's Anti-Misfit saying. Only thing worse than government is fraudulent government. I gotta say, I love the memes going by about, everybody's mad at Elon Musk and Doge, but nobody's saying he's lying. So also social media wise or whatever, Harry Sisson, I don't know if you know who the guy is. He's like this metrosexual 23-year-old TikToker that's, chugging the DNC cum and promoting, basically a political mouthpiece or social media political mouthpiece for Biden, Harris, Obama. One, he came out as straight. The only other time I've ever heard that happening was Cory Booker, the now senator, coming out as straight. Um, and apparently there's some scandal. It's an accusation. Too many choices. He's a bot. There's an accusation that he's tricked and solicited, which I don't know how you do that, naked pictures of women. Um, I, tricking and soliciting. Trying to be Christian about this, trying to figure out what the right answer is. I'm guessing what is it? If your eye causes you to sin, you should poke it out. I'd be blind. Um, yeah, I really hope that that's one of those that's subject to interpretation. I try to be a good Christian. Anyhow, whatever, whatever. So Harry Sisson came out apparently as straight, just like Cory Booker. I still don't believe Cory Booker. I'm not sure I believe Harry Sisson either. Um, I next David Hogg will come out as straight, and as much as I'm against gender reassignment surgery, if David Hogg did it, I'd be like, I kind of had that idea. But if you guys are joining late, I got a letter from that I sent to Matt Hoover at the correctional facility. It, I believe it was sent on December 19th, and it was returned because it was not pictures of guns, as it says right here, but it was returned because it was 7 pages and not 5. I mean, I don't know if they just count, whatever, whatever. Have you checked out flyingRich.com? Thanks, man. Thanks. So I got a question for you guys. Do me a favor and answer this question. I had kind of, I mean, we ended up like chatting nice with each other on IG DMs, but this one guy was following Flying Rich Firearms. And do you guys think, or have you ever thought Flying Rich was about wealthy people flying? Like, I'm guessing private jets or being wealthy. Has anyone ever thought flying rich had something to do with wealth? And if put a one in the chat if you thought it had to do, put a zero in the chat if no, you've never thought it was wealth. And I just appreciate hearing that from you because I'm wondering if I need to do a rebranding because I've been effed financially. Okay, never. Wow, good. So I want to make my branding is hitting where I want. Um, you know, there for it's kind of like having a fast car. There's always somebody that has a faster car. Um, I've been totally effed financially. I've been in like a stupid, ungodly amount of debt. Okay, we know your name is Rich. Right, right, right. Okay, and Eric says because I first saw you within the fire, and that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming if people come across and maybe just see the name of the channel. In one buddy I was talking to yesterday, he says Google Flying Rich, and I did it in incognito because I know my browser would know me and think that I was searching me. Crashing Rich, dude. So, and you know what? Don't get me wrong. I'm almost. We've made fun of me having 2 plane crashes, and that's okay. Um, at the time when it happened, if I was getting made fun of for that, it would be hurtful. But now it's okay. It's a joke, and I own it. I'm cool with that. But it's I like that we're able to make fun of that and have a good time. Ed Zachary, good morning. Let's see who's joined. Vanessa Kitty VK. Haven't seen you much, and I don't know how to say. Boy, I feel Tuck BYV1. I don't know how to say that or if it's supposed to be pronounced, but uh, I'm hoping you're rich. I look. It's biblically worldly possessions amount to nothing. So please keep that in mind. And you can, have money, no worries about your bills, and still have a miserable life. There's always, I believe, happiness. All right, so it's Tuck. Thank you. That's gonna be. I got to make sure I say that right. Oh, Vanessa, you've been sick. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, there is nothing worse than being sick. And am I doing a bad Joe Biden if I say that when I got back from SHOT Show, I was like sick in bed for 4 weeks, and I think that crud, whatever it was, has been going around. That hit me hard. That's like the longest I've been sick. But as far as there's let me just say, like, it's kind of this works in many different ways. If you have enough money for a home, food, transportation, fine. If you don't have money for home, food, transportation, yeah, that then money can buy you happiness, because if you have money for food, home, a home and transportation for the minimum, but after that, if I told you money doesn't make you happy, um, you make you happy. Your relationship with God makes you happy. That's what's more important. That you don't let other people steal your happiness from you. And I don't know if I've shared all of this before. I grew up on the South Shore of Long Island, and I don't want to say we were poor, because it's like, unlike me, had the electricity turned off on my house like 2 weeks ago. And it's not, that wasn't because I was poor, but just didn't have. I literally got into Dark's house at like 5 in the morning, and my wife calls me at 7 and is not very happy because the electricity was turned off. Uh, I was able to go online and pay my electric bill, and in 15 minutes it was back on. But first off, in New York, if it's months that you can go months without paying your bill, and they won't turn the electric off. But the the system, like, it'll call you and tell you there's a power outage. It'll call you, tell you power is going to be restored in so much time. Apparently, there's a website for Florida Power and Light, and multiple like widget panels, and you got to go into the widget panel for your communication preferences. And there is one that says, yes, text me if you're going to turn off my power. Auto payment makes me happy. Yeah. Yeah, and I was going to set it up. It actually, when I was at Dark's early that morning after sleeping for just a couple hours after being on the road for 14 plus hours, I was going to set that up, but didn't. But settled on, in fact, maybe I should just do that. But settled on setting up the notification that, hey man, we're turning off your power. So where I was going with growing up on the South Shore of Long Island, my family, uh, my dad was born in 28. So whether he remembered the Depression or not, there was a lot of talk about it. And my dad was a hardworking guy, a workaholic. He always had more than one job. And we didn't have a lot of anything, but everything was paid for. I don't think if he had a loan, it was just because there was a deal when you got the loan. Like, if you took a loan with somebody, they gave you a free set of silverware, something like that. Every loan he ever had, he paid off early. He paid cash for everything his whole entire life. Uh, and I'm not sure, like, inheritance or whatever, but homes were pretty cheap, and he ended up. My family had two homes on Long Island, which I actually never paid off. I bought it from him and just refinanced it a couple of times. But I'm going like way sidetrack here. So what I'm getting at is like my first exposure to anything was my dad bought a boat, and I used the boat, as Walter would say, like a condom. I mean, I took meticulous care cleaning it, doing all the maintenance on the boat, but uh, no one else I knew did their own work and maintenance on their boat. I'd go over to Fire Island, like to Kismet Beach or Atlantic Beach, drink party, whatever, water ski, clam, and m- most people had bigger, nicer boats or more boats. And I was never jealous. I just looked at it like, hey, that's cool. I mean, if they share that with me, that's wonderful. If I learned something from them, that's cool. But definitely I was, like the poor kid, pretty much. And I never thought less of myself, and I never thought was jealous or envious. And if I ever say I'm jealous of somebody, I'm jealous with respect and admiration, not like green with envy. And I'm trying to think where I went next. I mean, it might be the Porsche Club. I had a $4,000 Porsche. I had a 79 924, and then I had an 80. And I want to make sure I spaced in 1980 924 Turbo. It was actually a rare. And in the Porsche Club, there were people that everybody had a nicer car than me. Let me put it that way. Everyone had a nicer car than me or more cars than me. And then in aviation, and don't get over impressed. I paid 20 grand for my first plane, 40 grand for my second plane, and I did all the work on the airplanes myself because I couldn't afford to pay anyone. And everybody had more or nicer planes, and even people with houses. People had more or nicer houses, beach houses, this, that. I never was, green-eyed envious of them. I was just jealous in the most complimentary way. And I think for me, that was a good experience. I think a lot of people have a negative experience with that. And like, what if these people are successful? What can I learn about being successful in the paradigm with that? And I'm not saying I'm successful. If I was successful, I would have worked the last 9 months, which I haven't. But I have been blessed. We're financially okay enough to bridge the gap. I'm hoping either Definition Knives allows me to get like a G6 Gulfstream. I would never own one of those. But I don't want to say I have a friend, a guy I know. It's if I said we were friends, it would indicate that we talked a lot, and we don't. Uh, I know a guy that's got an Eclipse jet. It's a six-passenger, two-seater. All right, I would not probably get an Eclipse jet. What is it? Oh gosh, don't get me wrong, sweet jet. Not Eclipse. I'm trying to think of the name of the company. They do a kit version of a turboprop and get a haircut and a real job. Yeah. Uh, they have a kit version of the turboprop and a production version, and it's a six-seater. It'll hold six 200-pound guys plus luggage plus not a Piaggio. That's cool though. Over at the airport near me, Fox 45, I would see Piaggio come in and out. Technically, the Piaggio is not a canard because it has three wings, but whatever. Good morning, Squadron. Hey, how's it going? Did I miss? My boats have been Zodiac inflatables. So I bought them everywhere. That's cool. Oh boy. And it's interesting, the things you talk about. Uh, it's not how much money you make, it's how much. If you're burning through, if Amazon's coming 3 times a day, there could be a problem. What dog? Hold on. This is the third or fourth time. You want to go out? What about you? Just this one. Do you want to go out? Sunshine, you want to go out? Try to teach Sunshine to ring the bells. Can you ring the bell? All right, Sunshine, stay. Stay. Yes, I have my socks on. Still in sweats and socks. Come here. Sit. 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 Prove you're a good dog. Sunshine, stay. Sit. Good girl, stay. She's been better about not running away. Go. And I don't know if you can see, she's dug a massive freaking hole. So the dog typically just walks out, lays on the grass. What are you doing, girlie? What are you doing? So it's actually kind of cool this morning. It's supposed to get hot this afternoon. Pretty nice. And I'll show you what I've been struggling with. Apparently, I have not made my pool toxic enough, or toxic enough in all the right places. So the water's actually clear. A lot of sediment on the bottom here. So the camera is making this bluer than it really is. So if you guys think I'm flexing on you, look at that moldy black with mold. It was red. It was a red umbrella. Moldy that. My tiki hut skeleton and my cargo container behind. So if you guys think I'm flexing about having money, please think again. Yeah, it smells like I got enough chlorine in here. So yeah, I hit this with chlorine, shock. Oh yeah, dude, this camera is definitely bluing up the pool. It is not blue like that. It's a much more muted color. And my robot-y is not rotting. It should be walking. So let's see. Let's get the robot. I gotta clean the filter again. This will be the third time in less than a week, but that's what happens when your pool is dirty. G650 parked across the street from me at Con. Oh, cool. It's amazing. When you start talking aircraft like that, the cost effectiveness, it never, dollar-wise is rational. But the convenience is amazing. For me, like, Florida's a big state, and like Hank, Patrick, Walter are like typically 3 to 4 hours away. If I go for sunrises to Walters, I can make it there in just about 3 hours to Safety Harbor. So basically going from, why can't I untangle this? If I go from the east coast of Florida where I am to the west coast before sunrise and get there, because Tampa traffic sucks, so I literally have to get there before the sun rises. All right, that looks like, no, it's gonna jam. If I get there before sunrise, I can do it in 3 hours. But if I get there as the sun rises, it's going to be 4 hours because the Tampa traffic, which is at the end of the trip, is pretty freaking crazy. So, am I the ultimate humble bragger that I talk about wealth and not being wealthy and whatever, and money doesn't make you happy, and then I show you me like effing with my pool robot? We doing the mat thing. So yeah, if you missed out, C&T Designs, Coop, what's up? Let's see. I don't want to drop my phone in the water. Let me step back. Flippy. Oh man, the phone makes the sky look so blue. It's good looking. It's just not like immensely incredible blue like that. That's whew. Dude, I need to make gun videos out by the pool. Well, I would make gun videos out by the pool if the pool. The water's pretty darn clear. It's nearly as clear as it gets. It's just I got to get the vacuum to vacuum up all the ish that's living in my pool. So that's the Scooby-Doo. And all right, I got to be task and project oriented. So therefore, Still working on the AK. Oh, dude, do you realize I made that promise? I wrote a check with my mouth. I have not cashed with my rear. That if I hit 3,000 subs, that Matt Hoover had me on a show and allowed me to talk about it. I was going to shoot the AK underwater in the pool. Kind of scares me a little to do that. But yeah, I wrote that check with my mouth and have not cashed with my butt. And I'm at 4 times the subs right now. It's kind of interesting. I'm on this channel. I'm just slightly above 12,000 subs. And on my other channel, my shorts channel, I'm at 24,000, approaching 25,000, which I'm pretty excited about. I haven't been doing, the milestones like each 1,000 or each 10,000. I really haven't been doing that. Those kinds of celebrations and giveaways. I really should do some giveaways. I've just been bad. Make sure you have an ambulance nearby. Don't do it. I'm just messing with you. That I remember. That's all right, man. I think part of being a member of this community is having some fun and teasing in a kind way. I'm totally cool with that. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. So what we talked about yesterday. So Crumpy did a story on it. We talked about it during John Crump Live yesterday. Not quite. I'm still on the fence with Pam Bondi. It does seem like I don't know if Pam Bondi had anything to do with it. She may or may not have. The ATF, like I don't know if it's lead counsel, lead prosecutor at the ATF, is a gun rights advocate. So that's kind of like having the head of Department of Motor Vehicles have a top fuel dragster. So pretty freaking cool, as opposed to former ATF uh, top level brass people that hated guns and didn't think you should own guns. And like I've always alluded to, that's kind of like Department of Motor Vehicles hating cars and not wanting you to have a license to drive a car. So cool things are happening. Are they happening quick enough? They're happening fast. And it's tough to. So and it's funny, Johnny Three Bar. I've thought about that, and I've seen people shoot guns underwater with their head underwater. I would, just because I know one sound travels faster underwater. I would never do that. I would never have my head underwater when I did that. So I got to remember I'm on YouTube, and maybe that's intentionally why I'm not in my office and around. What. So anyhow, let me circle back. ATF. Cash Patel is head of ATF. Some number. I saw Guns and Gadgets dropped a video. Eagle Run 23, what's up? We were talking about you last night. So Dark and I were shooting the breeze about different calibers and projects and stuff. And so Eagle Run and I have similar projects in the works, similar but different. So that's kind of cool. Um, so Jared Guns and Gadgets did a video about uh, some number. I think it's like 80 something, 89 Democratic Congress people, I'm assuming. I don't know that he said there were any Republicans in it. Sent a letter or voted on or whatever that Cash Patel shouldn't be acting director. But how many people are in Congress? 435, whatever. Yeah, you need a majority for it to mean anything. So good luck. 80 plus. Thanks. Too many choices. Uh, so too many choices. My projects are in the works as well. All complete legal AFTs. So Yeah, I'm working on a project. I don't want to disclose anything yet. It's kind of cool. It'll be cool. Definitely won't be cool because of anything I'm doing. It's with Frag Out Designs right now, and I'm pretty. Look, Frag Out is just brilliant. He's got mad skills, so it's a blessing to work with him. And he's been a big help to all of us in many different ways. And he designed the logo for. In fact, Frago doesn't even have a knife. We got to send him a knife in the new packaging. So yeah, there's a number of people we got to catch up to with definition knives and get product out and into their hands. The I mean, we're doing this without a spreadsheet, the whole definition knives thing. So I don't know what we've budgeted for advertising, where we're just like sticking our finger in the wind and figuring it out. Yeah, I don't know how artsy he can get with the blade because it's not a big blade, and I'm sure we'll do something with him in the future. But Fragat is a total Chad. He's blessed us with a wonderful logo. Just a lot of design treatments. So he's really killing it. So ATF. I don't know what Cash Patel has done, and maybe I'm expecting too much too soon. I would have loved for him to say, "Okay, everybody on this line on the org chart is gone." He hasn't. That may be strategic. One of the things I learned, and I believe it was Jacques de Molay said this, is don't critique someone because they may have worthy motives unknown to you. So crossing our fingers, hoping Cash Patel is a total Chad. I know Dan Bongino is, and Dan Bongino just got sworn in on Monday. Uh, oh, all right. So here is a great thank you. Eagle Run bought a knife. We didn't send him one, and you know, he's a friend. Seriously, I've consulted with Eagle Run a lot on the 8.6 blackout build because he knows everything about 8.6. So I appreciate his kind advice and knowledge that he's given. And I got to meet him and hang out with him at SHOT Show, so that was fun. I mean, definitely meeting him and hanging out with him, it was like we're lifelong friends. So he was very cool and very nice to hang out with him. So what he says he bought one himself. It's about 50 to 75% cheaper than it could be if it had been a different brand. And the steel, the quality, legit any other knife. I opened the pool chemicals with this knife. I've opened like every envelope and letter with this knife. And other knives I have, they would start rusting, and there would be all sorts of contamination. I've never sharpened this blade. And I know Patrick Babyface P. Hey Johnny, thank you so much. Babyface P, he's like a knife nerd, and so he spent the time sharpening his knife and custom. So it is a sharp from the factory. I haven't sharpened mine yet, which is like kind of a record for knives I've owned. The You could custom sharpen it and make it nicer, but sometimes you can be too freaking sharp. Hence, I don't have any band-aids on my fingers. Oh, and I don't know if you've seen, if you look at either Dark's channel or Definition Knives channel, it might be uh, Instagram. Sorry, Instagram. If you look at Definition Knives Instagram or Dark's Instagram, the stickers that look like band-aids, like, so again, that was just a stupid idea. I don't know. I think I had. Don't. Let's see. I've had more marketing-ish ideas on the knife company. So, packaging. I forgot who got Frag Out in on this, whether it was me or Mark, but Frag Out really killed it. I mean, he totally classed up the logo, the branding. Just realistically, something I couldn't actually pay for to have the. Let's see. the logo and all of the different treatments of the logo that he did. So all of this stuff is just really, really beautiful. Um, so I gotta, so my watch is not popping up the messages. I gotta figure out how to do that. I have my watch on like economy mode or whatever, like battery saver mode. So if people are texting me, let's see, is this just chit chat? Home Depot has a sale, One Blood. And my daughter lives in Manhattan, and she said she hasn't found eggs in 3 weeks. I'm like, should I load a bunch of eggs in my SUV and drive them up and sell them on the street corner? Okay, so Tuck thought the stickers were funny. Cool, cool. And I'll say so. This is the co-pilot, and I'm totally flattered that Clint Morgan carries this every day. And so I got a picture of Clint and I in our tuxedos at the Gundies holding up our co-pilots. So Courtney for his so the probably the weakest clip of all the clips on our knives. And so I don't want to say Kurt broke his. Kurt's clip broke because he used it that often. So on the slow boat from China, we're getting hardware sent to us to replace that for Kurt. So uh, eggs in public in Coral Springs yesterday, $8 a dozen. Damn, damn. I didn't realize you're a Florida man, South Florida man. Cool. I so let's just show the refrigerator. Who is it that always used to yell at me, show the refrigerator? And I don't mean yell, but okay, so and I just think that's funny. But yeah, so I got these eggs at wonderful Kirkland, Costco. I don't know how much they are. I just buy them. Yeah, dog food. That's all dog food. So the one dog is picky, so we have to throw shredded cheese and some chicken chunks on it. And it's funny. So I don't like this yogurt. I like this yogurt. That one tastes like eh. This one has a little bit better taste. So Broward native, huh? Wow, wow, cool. Dude, I love Florida. First off, if like I've said a bunch of times, if I had this house given to me and owned it outright and lived on Long Island, and I have an acre and a quarter, so I mean, if I had a postage stamp piece of land on Long Island in an okay neighborhood, not a great neighborhood, I would not be affording the taxes on the house. Nice. I'm gonna make chorizo and egg burrito with pork chunks. Nice, nice. I'm kind of boring. I make a omelet with 4 eggs, so 3 whites, 1 whole egg every morning. Just beat it up, throw some garlic, salt, and oregano on it. A little bit of ketchup. Oh, and cheese, of course. Yeah, American cheese. So I am totally boring with breakfast. And my daughter, I don't know if I told you this, but me, I want to wake up. I mean, my daily routine is wake up, take care of the dogs, get them out of the house, pee, poop, whatever. Make myself some coffee and eggs, and I love Florida. His part two credit for me now. Planning to upstate. Wow, wow. So, what about old yolks? I'm not sure if that's a joke. Um, So I am in Jupiter Farms, which is, as I joke, the redneck part of Palm Beach. So minimum of an acre and a quarter for property here. I actually live on a dirt road, which I do not like. It's kind of, I laugh at the idea that I live on a dirt road. It's funny to me. All right, too many choices. You have a good day. Yeah, I got to get my arse moving. I didn't realize I was running my mouth for 45 minutes here, but totally appreciate all you guys for dropping in. If you give me a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. And fudge, we have great weather. I got to think what I got to get done here because there's a couple of things I got to close out on and move on. But thank you for joining us. And so today we have Jordan Vinro of Gideon Optics on, which is going to be very cool. So that's John Crump Live, and that's going to be on Rumble at 5 p.m. And it's funny, dark Tuesday night. I don't know if I should say he fell asleep. So I was almost thinking he was going to do a makeup show last night, but so I'm real sure Dark's going to be doing a show tonight and Saturday night. I'm more a Loxahatchee guy than a Fort Lauderdale guy. Gotcha, gotcha. Alrighty, folks. I will see you at 5 p.m. on John Crump Live, unless there's breaking news. And hopefully, Cash Patel really gets the ATF in line. I think good things are happening. With the way Trump has moved, you get used to winning and rapidly winning. So maybe we just need some patience. I'm hoping that's going to be the situation, that Cash Patel, gives us a big win. The other story that broke yesterday, other than the lead prosecutor at the ATF being a total gun nerd, gun guy, pro 2A gun guy. The other story that broke yesterday in the 2A world was that this one attorney, U.S. attorney, said that suppressors are not firearms, which again, that's a legal opinion. That's not law. Law, the GCA and Gun Control Act, and why can't I think the other specify? Anderson Manufacturing. Hey, hey, what's up? What's up? Up, and the dog needs to come in. So, Kyle Wade at Anderson. I don't know if you know. I've been wanting to make a video, and I'm trying to figure out how to cut to make it good and cool and fun. But Kyle Wade is the one at Anderson that totally trolled Sig. Sunshine, sit. Hold on, dealing with dog. All right, I told her to sit. I didn't say lay down. I think she gets hot. She lays in the sun. And then she wants a belly rub. You good doggy. You good dog. Now go. Go. Go like a crazy dog. Go like a crazy dog. All right, don't go like a crazy dog. Are her paws dirty from digging in the dirt? Are your paws dirty from digging in the dirt? What are you doing, crazy dog? Go, go, come on. Come on. Come on, crazy dog. Go, 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 go. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going, crazy dog? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? When I do that, she thinks she's going to go for a ride in the car. We're not going for a ride in the car. So Kyle at Anderson totally trolled Sig. So Sig last Monday came out with, it ends today. And Kyle did It Begins Today about the Thanksgiving sale at Anderson. And Kyle totally got a mention from Brandon Herrera, the AK guy, on Gun Meme Review. So I thought that was cool AF. I've been trying to cleverly figure out a way to cut all of this ish together, and make an Instagram reel. But so Kyle is the man. I kind of remember that I'm on YouTube because I almost grabbed the Anderson Big Bore and hold on, I can do this without touching it. What do you think, dog? What do you think? So let's see. Oh, it's not on this. It's not on this stand. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. I'll just grab it. Take it out of my office. I'll put it over here. And I got to turn the light on in here. Boop. So this is, check that out. So this is all Frag Out Designs. That is the new Anderson logo. I call it the Thrift Stallion because it's not the Poverty Pony. And you can see the stallion is across the upper and lower here. Can't show you touching this, but 45-degree safety selector. That's the bolt catch from Battle Arms. What else do we have? Oh, let's flip it over. You can't see me touch it. Not touching it. I arrive. So Gideon Optics, LPVO, Silencer Co. Omega 36M. Of course, Anderson upper lower handguard. Nice handguard too. Really nice handguard. I got the KAK bolt. Notice, you see that dimpled area in the middle of the bolt? There's no vents in it because it vents into the magazine. So as a lefty in shooting suppressed, you get back pressure and more gas out the ejection port. So instead of venting out the ejection port, it vents into the magazine. So less gas face. And also, let's see, it has the Armaspec captured recoil system, which you can't see. That's the Armaspec safety, 45-degree safety, AT3 tactical. Was it 4.5-pound trigger? Actually really sweet, really economical. And that is the Anderson big bore build. What's going on, dog? Where you going? Where you going? Reconnect. All right, I went on my cellular connection. Literally, my modem is in my office there. My modem router, all that. So I want to thank Kyle for supporting us, the 5 of us that built Anderson big bore firearms. Had a lot of fun doing it. Very cool, very cool thing. So greatly appreciate Anderson's support. Anderson is killing it. There's the pony. I mean Thrift Stallion. The Thrift Stallion. So again, I said I'm gonna sign off like 4 or 5 times now. For real, I'm signing off. You guys have a great day. See you at 5 p.m.